Domestic Violence Awareness Month is important to me because I am a survivor and overcomer, a conqueror of domestic violence. I was in a abusive relationship and marriage for over 11 years. And I counted a blessing and I counted all joy because a lot of women didn't make it through. And I did. And I don't take that lightly. And I don't slight anyone who's ever been through anything like that. It started off being possessive and controlling. You know, who are you talking to? Where are you going? Who are you going with? If he called and I didn't answer, I was doing something that I didn't have any business doing. Then it went to verbal abuse. You know, being called names, you know, stupid, fat, lazy, things like that. And it was only after we got married when it really became more of a physical thing. What I thought at first was because he would always, you know, put it under the umbrella of, I was just wanting to know where you are and making sure you're safe and making sure, you know, nothing's happening to you. If something happened, I know where you are. That way, if I need to come and find you, I can. It's always under and disguised as something different. It doesn't look like abuse. It doesn't look like anything other than love, so to speak. And it's only until things begin to change, when you notice those little things that you should have stopped in the beginning, that escalated into something different and much bigger. Like I said before, like the little things, like always wanting to know where I was, wanting to be around me constantly, getting angry over the smallest and minute things. Like I said, if he called me and I didn't answer my phone in a timely manner, if I didn't return his phone call when he thought I should, if I told him I was going somewhere and then I went somewhere different, that totally started an argument, made him angry. So those things that I missed, you always think in the back of your mind, okay, something's not right about this, but you brush it off because I thought he loved me. I never had anybody, this is what I'm thinking, I never had anybody to want to be with me so much, who wanted nothing but for me to be safe. And if something were to happen to me, he knew exactly where I was and could be my knight in shining armor. So yeah, I went ahead and I married him because, like I said, I thought he loved me, because that's what he told me all the time. I love you so much. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't ever want to lose you. I don't want anybody else to have you, and things like that. So he played on a lot of my insecurities. That he did do. So when I say physical, it was more of being pushed or being picked up and body slammed or choked. There would always be instances where we would argue and he would get irate and be dangerous. But the most significant thing that stuck out to me was my cousin's mom passed away. And me and some more of my other family members, we got up and we went to be by her side and comfort her. Well, he decided to stay home and stay home with our son. But he called me every minute, and I didn't answer my phone. So of course that angered him even more, that I wasn't answering. And when I got back home, then it got really bad. And he would never balled his fist to hit me, because he knew we were around people all the time. We were around family all the time. So it was always bruises or markings somewhere that family couldn't see, like under a shirt, on my back, my head. It was never here, and it was never like lower arms or right in here. It was always strategically placed, so to speak, where he knew no one could see it, or I could hide it from people. It went on, the verbal abuse and the emotional abuse went on from day one, I could say. But the physical, it started about, the last couple of years of our marriage, and it was always, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm going to change, I'm going to do better, and things of that nature. And you think you're in love with this person, and you want so badly to believe that, okay, they can change, and me loving him will help him to treat me better. But when a person like that has it in their mind that they're not doing anything wrong, that they're justified in doing what they're doing, it's no changing. It's no changing that. The day that I knew, and the moment I knew that I was fed up, and I remember it like it was yesterday, he and I both were off work. Can I cuss in this video? Mm-hmm. Okay, just gonna put that out there.
Baby, it's going on YouTube, so yeah.
We were both off of work, and he was saying, okay, let's have a family day. We're gonna go out to eat dinner. We're gonna take our son to the movies, and we're just gonna have a good day. And I was, in the back of my mind, I'm just kind of like, ugh, but okay, whatever. I'm a team player. Let's go out, do whatever. So I got a phone call, and it was from, we had a bill to pay. And he looked at me, and I said, there was a phone call, and I hung up. And I said, well, we might need to put family day on hold. I said, because we forgot this bill was due and it needed to be paid. And he looked at me and he said, well, why don't you call somebody and borrow the money to get the bill paid? And I was like, why would we do that when we have the money? I'm like, going out to eat and going to the movies is not that important. It ain't like I want to do it anyway. So he got mad, and he said, you know what? No, we were going back and forth about not going to the movies, and versus paying a bill, being responsible adults doing what we're supposed to do. And he looked at me and he said, you know what? He said, I don't know why I stay married to your stupid ass. You get on my motherfucking nerves. He's like, and I can't wait till the day that I don't have to be with you anymore. He's like, and it ain't gonna last too much longer anyway. And I looked at him, and something went all over me. And like, I had already been praying and asking God to give me strength to do what it is I need to do, and show me what it was I needed to do. Because I couldn't let my son grow up thinking that that's the way a man was supposed to treat his wife and his girlfriend. Absolutely not. And I asked him, I said, some said, ask him again. So I looked at him, I said, what did you say? He said, I don't know why I even waste my time being with you. He was like, it ain't gonna last too much longer anyway. I said, you know what? You're right. I haven't been happy for a while. I said, you can get your shit and you can get out. And at that time, we were living back at my mom and dad's house. I didn't have anything to lose at that point. It was you that didn't have anywhere to go, not me. I like you go. I like you can pack your truck and you can leave. What gave me the courage to leave was my child. Like I said, I have a son, and there was no way that I was going to let him think or believe that that was the way a man was supposed to treat a woman, a husband was supposed to treat his wife, or his girlfriend, or anything like that. I'm raising a young black man, and I want him to be so much better than what his dad was. He gave me the courage. God gave me the strength. So between those two, that's why I left. The advice that I would give to anyone, man or woman, who is in an abusive relationship is, first off, love doesn't hurt. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is unwavering. Anything that he says or she says to hurt you, belittle you, make you feel like less than what you know you are, then get out of it. It is not for you. And first and foremost, you need to pray and let God order your steps. That's first. And my prayer had always been, lay my path in front of me as clear as stepping stones. And that's what he's done for me, for my son. I am so much better as a person, as a sister, and I know for a fact that I'm a damn good mom. And I would not have been that had I still been in that relationship. I've done so many other things. I've gone so many other places. I've accomplished so many other things that would have been taken away from me had I stayed in that relationship. That wasn't ordained by God. That was something that I wanted to do. There wasn't anything that God had his hand in. The thing that God did was kept me, protected me, and he brought us through it. And if there, like I said, if there is anything, if that person says something to you and hurts you, turn around and says something sweet, and then turn around and says something or does something else that negates everything nice that they just said, that is a narcissist and an abuser to the 10th power. A lot of abuse doesn't have to be physical. A lot of abuse is emotional, it's mental, it's so many other things, and it comes in so many shapes and forms. And a lot, like I said, a lot of people think that it's physical, and it's not, because he made me weak here. It made me weak here. Made me feel like I couldn't get any better, that I couldn't do any better. You know, had me almost 400 pounds, you know, knocking on 5. He played on those insecurities to get me to stay as long as I did. And once I realized, okay, I'm not as ugly as you make me. You're not ugly at all. You know, as you make me feel. I was like, as big as I am, I'm still getting played. So I'm like, no. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't have to stay in this if I don't want to. You do not have to stay somewhere that you're not happy. There are so many resources and outlets out here to help people who's going through, and I know it might be embarrassing. So, people be embarrassed all the time. It doesn't matter. Do what's best for you. The most important thing is being safe, being happy. Like I said, love is patient, love is kind, love does not hurt. Love does not make you go to bed crying and waking up with puffy eyes in the morning, unless they're tears of joy. If they're tears of pain and sadness and you feel like you are at the bottom of the barrel, I even contemplated taking my life. I was just that miserable. And a lot of people don't know that. And like I said, it was my son that walked in the room and saw me with a gun in my hand. And the way he looked at me, he was too young to say, "Mama, what are you doing?" But it was something about the way he looked at me that let me know that, okay, something's not right here. And that made all the difference in the world to me. So, like I said, if it's something that hurts you more than it helps you, that's a burden more than a blessing, that's a hindrance rather than an asset, that's not it. It's not for you. It's not right.
Hello, I am the writer behind this blog. So make sure you go to my website, www.lovingolivecarmen.com, to read the rest of my blogs. I'm so thankful for my cousin Claudia giving me her time today and just being truthful and sharing her truth and her story with us, because so many people do not tell the truth. So many people are ashamed about the things that they have gone through, but I'm really thankful for her today for opening up, being transparent, and just sharing her truth with the world. So thank you all. Remember, October is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month, not just Breast Cancer Month. I'm a supporter and advocate of that as well, but this month I'm focusing on domestic violence awareness. And thank you, Claudia, for your time. It's over.
It is.
She did it. Bye. Thank you all. Oh, and I got purple fingernails.